Welcome back to something a little bit new for the weekend. Ultimate Alchemy. While talking about E02 and refined storage in Stoneblock, which is still ongoing of course, I've got a couple of recommendations to actually try Ultimate Alchemy out. It's by R.W. Temmer, the same guy that makes extra utilities, and is a mod pack. So apparently it's in quite early days, but I thought I'd give it a go, or at least a look at, to introduce to you guys. Now, let me tell you what it is and what it isn't. It is a skyblock, but it's not like one you've seen before. Basically, when you start a skyblock, you're used to doing something like starting up, making a tree farm, making a cobble generator, in a traditional skyblock that is, and you start off with like one block underneath you and then you have to work your way up. No, that's not what this is. Okay, so it is more like a challenge pack, but it is starting on a skyblock. However, it starts you off with infinite stone and infinite wood and flight to get started. Okay, so you get the idea. You're not going to have to do any of the tedious early part of skyblock. So if you want to try, it is on the FTP launcher, and give it a go for the weekend. Why don't you let me know in the comments below what you think of it? Anyway, to get started, let's head on to single player. And don't click create new world. That will just put you on a single block and you won't have anything and you won't be able to survive. Oh, and the other thing I should say about it, you don't have a hunger. There's like a hunger debuff or something that you don't get hungry, or at least not in the first hour or so. You haven't noticed it. Anyway, so click on create from template. Choose a world name. In this case, let's just call it Grey World. Click on this template, Alchemy World, and click create new world. And here we are. We start with a few books as you normally would expect, and we've got a bit of a weird world around us. Let's actually just put those away in my inventory. I'm not sure which actual mod it is that actually lets you hold down shift and then drag your mouse over it. That doesn't appear to be in this pack. If anyone knows which mod that is, I would like to know, because that's very, very useful. However, we do have lots of mods in the pack, and it is very much a magic themed mod pack. Okay, just to give you a bit of a warning. It does have a refined storage, however, so it's not entirely magical. There are mods like extra utilities, as you might expect, given that R.W. has actually created the pack. Anyway, we have a couple of platforms to start off with. This one's based on ice and clouds. There's ice pillars and clouds. We've got some stone on that way, and if I double tap space, we can fly around, so over the void. Okay, so a couple of things just to note before we actually get on with the rest of it. If we pop down below the platform, you'll see there's these dark glass, and I think it's a bit of a troll. Behind these, if you can just about see there is more barrels, so more of these barrels, and we'll come to those in a second. So there's nothing really of note underneath there that I've found anyway, but here's a portal to the end, and it has these ancient barriers from Thorncraft, and I don't remember those. But I haven't played Thorncraft in a very long time. It stopped being developed, I think, for a while, and now it's been resumed for like 1.12. So yeah, very happy that it is. I love Thorncraft. Quite a complex mod to get into. Anyway, heading over to these barrels. So if we just shift left click, infinite cobblestone, we just get a stack of cobble, and we can do the same thing. In fact, let me just grab another couple of stacks. Why not? And we can do the same thing over on the other side with the barrel of wood. Now, you're not limited to just these barrels. You can craft more infinite stone and wood barrels, and that'll be the basis of creating lots of resources. You can start with either one, and we'll come back to those in a second. First of all, let's take a look at this chest. Inside here, we've got a few things. We've got some instructions, and we've got a builder's wand, an acceleration wand. I do like acceleration wands, as you've seen in my Stoneblock series. Destruction wand, I haven't really used before. Item translocator and liquid translocator. I'm not sure why I can't see the textures. Anyway, yeah, I did play previously, but I haven't updated the pack. I think the only thing you have changed is to remove the map levels, and that may have removed them. Other than that, I haven't made any changes, but they were working. A mechanical crafter and a flux capacitor. So reading the instructions here that we get out of the chest, basically an instruction from Professor Spite, who's basically exiling us to this platform and saying it was a result of one of our many benders. It's not a result, sorry. but in fact, a very serious matter. Yes, we're basically saying we're not taking things seriously and we have to pass this exam. And to pass the exam, all we have to do is make clay. Yep, clay. That's it. Okay. And they've given us a flying spell. Our stomach has been blessed with an anti-hunger charm. And yes, I would wish you luck, but surely a wonder child such as yourself has no need for it. So I'll simply say, do not be afraid to give up. Okay, and yeah, basically some other advice saying what we can actually do, but don't worry about it. And yeah, so let's have a look at what we need to do. We need to make clay. So if we look at clay, yes, it's a little bit tricky to make. Chaotic tier of draconic evolution with these other recipes that look like they're normal, but probably aren't. How are we going to get nether quartz, for instance? Is there well, nether quartz ore, I suppose. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to actually get this. However, well, we're up for a challenge, aren't we? So we want to first of all start processing wood and stone. To get that done, we're going to need a crafting grid, as you might expect normally. So we can make planks and planks into crafting grid, and you know, we can make a crafting station from tinkers if we wanted to. Pop that there. We also have mechanical versions which will do things automatically, and we can make more of those. So mechanical crafters, sort of like the crafter tier that I've just been recently doing in the stone block stuff, is basically some stone and a crafting table. However, we don't have stone yet, we only have cobblestone. So let's do the usual thing and make a furnace or two. And we're going to just put, I'm just going to put it down here for now. Okay, important in the furnace, obviously we've got plenty of wood to make whatever we like. So we've got enough fuel to do whatever we like. There we go. And we can also then cook up some stone. So if I put that in, yes, it will be more efficient with sticks probably, but it doesn't really much matter, it's infinite. However, that's not the only thing we can do. If we then compress some cobblestone, and I would also like the mod that lets me even out the stuff in the inventory. We can compress some cobblestone, pop it into a furnace, and we can burn that as well. That doesn't produce stone. Compressed cobblestone in a furnace produces iron, I think. Let's give it a go. Is that right? Yes, iron. So we can immediately get iron just by burning compressed cobblestone. There we go. Acquire hardware. That means we can actually make some tools, and we can just go just straight to iron tools, I suppose, if we wanted to. I'm just going to get some sticks to make some tools with. There we go. And so regular sort of tools, nothing excessive about them. Pickaxe. I want an axe. And we're not going to need a sword or anything, I don't think. But hey, you may as well actually craft the full set of stuff just in case we ever actually need it. So let's grab all of those. So usual tools. That means I can now go and collect those other barrels. We can move them off the platform back over here. But if you do that and they fall off the edge, well, they're kind of gone, and that's why there's probably some emergency supplies underneath the platform. However, we can make them. So if we have a look at barrel, I think it's called item barrel, actually. Item barrel. Okay, item barrel. There we go. So if we surround an oak wood with chests, we get an item barrel with oak wood, and we can get one with stone and one with cobblestone. So infinite stone as well, it seems. But that's the only thing we get. We can't get sand and gravel and everything else. That has to be done from these. So first of all, we just want to make lots and lots of chests, it looks like. So let's just make up a set of those, 16. And I'm actually going to make another set. Just because I actually want to make a few of the item barrels. So in that case, we're going to want one that is cobblestone. And I'm probably going to make 2 of those, actually. Yep, we'll see why in a minute. And then just oak wood. So get a wood barrel and then some stone. Whoops, that's iron. Some stone to make stone barrels. There we go. So now we no longer need to do any of this stuff. We don't even need that furnace anymore. And we can set up things with our item barrels. and it is going dark. So we're probably going to need torches sooner or later. So why don't we just use that to burn up some, oops, not there. Burn up some oak wood into charcoal, and therefore we can get some torches. Not sure if actually any monsters spawn here, because when I press F7, I'm not actually getting any crosses anywhere, even though it is in darkness. So, yeah, well, maybe we'll test that in anger anyway. So, okay, let's carry on. So what are we going to do with these? We're going to make more mechanical crafters first, I think. Mechanical crafter. And that is crafting tables and stone of the regular kind. So I just need some crafting tables and stone. And we can make 17 mechanical crafters. What we're also going to do is make yet more chests. And then I'm going to surround those with our top approach for routing products at the start of the game, which would be hoppers, unfortunately. Okay, we get to better stuff later, but that's not too important. So now, what are we going to do with the barrels? Well, first of all, I'm just going to get some more stone, because I'm going to need to make some sort of ground surface, and its usual approach is to use cobble until later. So if we just extend out our platform, I'm going to leave these original two there. I quite like the look of them. So I'm just going to extend out this way. And it should give us a fairly wide platform to come out to. If I just maybe extend like this. And the same thing on this side. I do actually want to continue with these temple blocks, but they aren't something we can get access to just yet. We need quite a bit more stuff for that. We need cactus green and lapis to be able to make the dye that we need to actually make the temple blocks. So in here, let's just grab ourselves a builder's wand. And now we should be able to extend outwards using the builder's wand. I'm not sure what its block limit is. Oh, it does have a block limit. It's not an ultimate wand. Never mind. So, yeah, let's just extend out this way. And this is what I mean about potentially having creatures spawn, because we're extending away from any kind of sort of light that we have. But that should be relatively okay. There you go. And there we go. So, quick platform, easily made. And I'm going to put that back in there for safety. And probably some of this stone as well. And now we've got to think about what we actually want. And let's work backwards. What I'd like to start off with is probably a storage drawer, actually. So let's just get a storage drawer. Can we make a drawer? Or have I just remembered the name? I remember the name wrong. Basic drawer, there we go. So chest with oak wood planks. I have enough for one. Let's just make one for now. And here, let's say, I don't know, maybe around here somewhere? Yeah, maybe there I want a stack of iron building up. We've already got the approach to be able to do it, and we've got materials to be able to do it. Let's actually just make sure I make some of those. And I'm sliding around all of this iron everywhere. I'm going to have to change all of this ice everywhere. I'm going to have to change that. So we can just put some, just put some torches down, at least temporarily, so we get something a little bit better. There we go. And let's just put them in the corners as well. Press F7, does it still show up? It still doesn't show anything up. Maybe that's been remapped. Anyway, fine for now. Okay, so how do we get iron in there? Well, we know we can cook up compressed cobblestone in a furnace. So if we want a furnace, that's fine. Just take you. Okay. And we also have some hoppers. So if we want stuff to go into here, we can just put that there and put that on top. And as long as we put compressed cobblestone and fuel in here, it will actually provide us with whatever we want. Now, we could get quite lazy with the fuel side of things. If I just get another hopper, put it into the back, which is, I think, the right place for a furnace. I'm used to more advanced furnaces, but I think that's the right way for vanilla kind. And here we can just put down our item barrel. So this is going to be, let's put it sideways or even backwards maybe. Yeah, let's just go backwards. There we go. And it should be now feeding wood in there. Yes, it is. And feeding it into the fuel slot. Then we just need to get compressed cobblestone into the top. So again, with a hopper. And above that, we want a mechanical crafter. And in here, then, we want to get some ingredients. So we're going to have to just store the pattern, if you like, for that. Straightforward. We just take some cobble. And let's put it in here until what it actually should be making. Compressed cobble. And you'll see it's starting to make it there. That is then going into our furnace, which should be now making iron. Wait for it. Should be popping out right here. There we go. So we're starting to get iron essentially free, infinitely. And to feed this, we're just going to need another hopper. Whoops. Another hopper. And then on top, an item barrel for cobblestone. Okay. So now infinite cobble goes into infinite compressed cobble, goes into the furnace, which is fed from the back and from the top, and should be producing essentially infinite iron now. Good. I do like it when we get off to a good start like that. Now, that's probably the case for other things too. In fact, let me just see where that iron ingot... Does it show that in any kind of process? Probably doesn't. It should be in smelting, shouldn't it? So there's a few here. Yeah, there we are. Compressed cobblestone. Okay. How about the other metals? So gold, copper, etc. So copper, let's have a look for copper in smelting. And that's just copper ore. Can't get it from smelting something. How about gold? Can we get gold from something? Gold ingots, smelting. Looks more promising. Or not. Gold ore, native gold cluster, that's Thorncraft. Gold grit from immersive engineering. And crushed gold of various kinds. And gold ore is probably going to be orchid. Yes, we can exchange stone for it, but we're not there yet. And we can cast it... No, we can transform regular stone into gold ore by basically pouring out one block of molten gold. But will that produce more than one block from the gold ore side? Interesting. Let's see what it takes. We can make gold... by alloying tin and glowstone slush. Okay, glowstone slush is just glowstone. Presumably that comes from another process as well. I might be chaining off to get gold it might be quite hard. Let's see, anything from this glowstone? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a bit more research before I go on, because I don't want to go too far into the hole that is coming through JEI there. So I'm going to go and then set up some more. Tin may be a better one to look at. If we have tin ingots. It doesn't much matter which kind of tin. And that again is from tin ore, and that is again from orchid. So we have to go and get the ores by a different method, or at least unless we have to go through Britannia, but hopefully not. So let's have a look at this to start off with. We can already create gravel, however. Let's just have a look. Gravel and sand is something we're going to want. Let's see what compressed gravel makes. It makes regular gravel. Can we smelt it? Oh, okay. So I just missed that, maybe. Tinning it from thermal foundation. If I smelt compressed gravel, I get tin. How about sand? Compressed sand, maybe? Can I make compressed sand? Well, glass, obviously, but I want the compressed sand. Let's have a look. Compressed. There we go. So you smelt into copper, so we can get that. And then maybe dirt. You don't compress into anything. Okay, so we can certainly get copper, we can get tin, and we can get iron. And let's set up similar changes to this to get each of those things. For the copper, it was gravel, sorry. So gravel, we can just, well, normally I'd say hammer it from this. So let's see what options it gives us for that. Yes, so we can use iron pickaxes and bowls along with cobblestone. It'll make gravel. Now, the bowls probably won't wear out, but the iron pickaxes I assume would. So we're going to have to feed in more iron, but however, iron pickaxes, but that's not a problem, except for the fact that all these other slots will then get filled if we try to insert iron pickaxes into a mechanical crafter, maybe? So yeah, possible. I would have thought. At least until we get to pulverizers. Can we actually get to pulverizers and power without tin, iron, glass? Redstone is the only one we haven't got at the moment. Okay, we have to find out how to get redstone with copper, and yeah, it's the only redstone and flint that we need. And flint comes from gravel, of course, so we can make gravel manually. In fact, I can even do it with my current pickaxe. If we just grab, actually make a bowl. Is it bowl just planks? Yeah, it is. And if we take that and some cobble and my pickaxe, there's a stack of gravel. That'll get us started. Yet the bowl isn't used up, but my iron pickaxe is. So it'd be nice to either repair that or have a steady supply of pickaxes available. Okay, so here's what I was talking about with the potentially jamming. I've tried to fill these up with cobblestone, but if it fills that when it dies with more cobblestone, they won't be able to feed in any more iron pickaxes. So that's down to 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's see if it happens in practice. There is one pickaxe waiting to get in. Well, it started up again. Good. And if that continues, that's good. If not, well, we may have to just occasionally unblock it. I don't see any other way of doing it right now. So here's our tin setup. We've got furnace, smelting compressed gravel. Compressed gravel we're making here from regular gravel. Whoops, regular gravel. That's coming through this, which is crafting iron pickaxes and bowls along with cobblestone. And then the cobblestone is sort of just coming straight from above it. And on the back, we're actually feeding in iron pickaxes. As long as we get iron, that is. So let's just grab some iron and refill it. And of course, I can just reproduce all of this on this side up here, and it will give us, you know, essentially free iron. But this will keep us going for quite a while. You see, there it is. It's producing pickaxes, which should go into this hopper. Yep, they're now full. So our output is filling up with pickaxes ready to use, and everything should just continue. And a third tower's up. It's now making us copper. I haven't fully automated this one. You see these two empty hoppers here? Well, they're not quite empty. I'm just going to manually feed them with basically pickaxes from here, just because the pickaxe setup takes even more room, and I'm going to need it in both this one and this one, because our recipe here is converting cobble to basically gravel, and our recipe here is converting gravel to sand. I've put some sand here in the input inventory just so that it blocks it up. Same thing here. So, oh wow, that is already blocked. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of happening. Yeah, there's no way around that, because it's going to keep trying to insert the pickaxes whenever this can't keep up, and it shouldn't. Well, maybe it can actually keep up. So let's actually just give them back and let's see how it goes anyway. Problem should go away itself, hopefully, once we have some way of rationing the inputs, and or probably go away later. But for now, it's close enough to automated that I don't need to worry. It's made 30, and this has got 300, and this has got 500 already. So, you know, it doesn't matter if I occasionally need to just sort something out up there. Now, I did take a quick look at the other recipes. They are quite similar. We're going to need ender pearls. And we're going to need ender pearls because they make other good things like iron alloys. Lava on ender pearl gets us eyes of ender. Fair enough. Smelting, we can produce resonant ender. And resonant ender, we can alloy with other things to get stuff we want. In particular, molten vibrant alloy, we can combine it with iron to get molten pulsating iron. Pulsating iron is something we can actually use. And we can combine that to actually make, I want to say, actually, setting iron grinding ball. I was actually more thinking about the nuggets, and the nuggets let us combine into item conduit. So that's our route to get into decent conduits. And the binder is just gravel and sand. So we are already making that to some degree at the moment, or at least further up in this chain. So as you can see, we can get started really, really quickly with this mod pack, and I'm sure you can too if you fancy it. So for the next couple of items on, to get to ender pearls, we're going to need a couple of other things. One is redstone, and redstone is made quite oddly, but it is made by iron pickaxes again, balls again, and levers. So we just have to craft levers and feed them in instead of cobble. Fair enough, we can manage that. There we go. You can see I've faced the barrels, or the drawers I should say, towards me, so I can see when it's running out of pickaxes and needs refilling. That one at the back will make its own. So eventually, once we get to conduits, we'll be able to feed them in automatically from, a setup that just makes pickaxes. Unless we discover some better way of making the metals in the meantime. So now iron, tin, copper, redstone is now working. So redstone is basically combining these three things: levers, bowl again, and iron pickaxes. And you should be able to understand quickly how we make levers. Straightforward, just sticking cobblestone, and we're making cobblestone directly from one of these barrels, and obviously sticks coming out of this line as well. So yeah, we're getting on and move on. Now redstone enables one further thing. One of the normal things that we make make with redstone, well, I'm not looking through 172 pages, I'll just spoil it for you, is pistons. Okay, so pistons, on the other hand, we can also craft up in the same recipe, I think, if I remember rightly. Actually, let's just go via that ender shard. There we go. We can craft a piston with a bowl and a pickaxe again, and we can make an ender shard, which we can combine, hopefully, into an ender pearl. Doesn't say we can, but then at the same time, yeah, we can just smelt it. We can just make a smeltery, put them in, make resonant ender. That can then be turned back into ender pearls, or soggy versions of ender pearls. Yeah, we can't convert them any other way. We can just go straight into pulsating iron, though. That's quite interesting. Quite like the idea of that. And we can dry them out using a drying rack into regular ender pearls should we want to. So we can get to ender pearls really quite quickly. Now, I am running out of time a little bit on this episode. I think we've got, well, maybe I've got time for just one more setup, at least to get to pistons. I want to be able to make pistons and put them into that particular drawer right there. And I decided to make two setups. So we've got pistons here, and we've got ender shards here. So ender shards are taking in pistons in that box, and pickaxes. Also, the bowls, as you normally expect, it's just run out of pistons again. So it's actually, because I can't ration this right now, it's actually inserted a pickaxe there, but that's fine. I can just grab a couple of stacks of pistons now. We'll put, say, one stack in there. That will displace that, and then we can make sure we put the other stack in, and make sure our pickaxe is put up there. Okay, so that will craft through all of them until it's run out. You can see it's already up to 140 ender shards, which those are 8, I think. 8 or 10 of those will make one ender pearl anyway, so that's 14 ender pearls-ish if it's 10 already. Plenty of pistons. Redstone, up to 800 already and continuing. Same thing with copper. Well, copper's probably seized up because of the lack of something or other. It's probably jammed somewhere. You're jammed because no sand, because this is jammed up again, because it's not letting any gravel through. And should be a simple one to fix, but yeah, occasionally it will jam up. It's fine anyway. It should start producing more copper shortly. There it goes, it comes on. You can obviously tell with these first ones because the furnace is or isn't on if they're jammed. And the same thing is true here. You are, yep, you need a pickaxe. And that goes on as well. So you can see each of these are going. Each of these are just from crafters, not from furnaces. And we've got 6 different complex products in our first episode. Hope you like that one. We'll see. If you've played this mod pack, or even if you haven't and you like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, or in fact discuss it with each other in the comments below on how good you think it is. And we'll see. It is again an early mod pack, but I do like the approach that you can get started with automation almost immediately. No need for a tree farm, no need for a cobblestone generator. Just get to the good stuff, and that's where we want to be. So next episode, again, assuming people like it, we will carry on, probably get to a smeltery, start making gold from some of this stuff. What was it for gold again? Can I actually see? Gold. Through smelteries. casting, molten gold, alloying. So we need tin and we need glowstone slush. And we can make the glowstone just by doing the same recipe, but with torches. And that'll give us some glowstone to start off with. That will then get us into some gold. And once we get into the gold, we can then reuse probably change up this recipe. Is there any other way of getting glowstone that's reasonable? No, doesn't look like it. We can make it from redstone with Botania, of course, but we're not going to get there. So yeah, just from torches, I think. So that'll do fine. Torches are a straightforward recipe. Obviously, we've got infinite wood. We can just make charcoal torches using sticks, and from there we can put it through another setup like this. So I'll probably need to extend this platform somewhat, and then to be able to make automatic torches. But as we're coming to sunrise or sunset, whichever one that is, seems like a good point to break the episode there. And as always, guys, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time, hopefully. Yeah, let's see how this mod pack goes. As always, guys, thanks for watching.